What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about this is my own opinion. I'm not saying these are facts or I'm right or I'm wrong. This is my opinion based on what I've observed. So I feel like the reasons why it's so hard to date around and to find fulfilling, loving, romantic connections and love in life for most people, especially people who are young, is because, in my opinion, because of the system world we're living in. This is a very evil, demonic, very restricted, very corrupt, very confusing world. Just the fact that everything costs money, just the fact that you have to work damn near your whole life just to make ends meet, not to even be financially free or set, but just to even make ends meet. That's a huge fucking problem. Just the fact that we still got wars and battles going on, that's a fucking problem. Just the fact that we're not living life, we're surviving. That's a fucking problem. Everything costs money. Food, water, shelter, to get your basic needs met. Just the fact that that costs money, that's a fucking problem. So does that correlate to people, to like romance and dating and love? Well, first off, I feel like if you want to date around into love and have romance, yes, I do believe in true love. But at the same time, it's always good to take your person out, take them out on dates, take them out to eat, take them out to do fun stuff for like romantic activities, travel, getaways, vacations, stuff like that, right? But it's hard to do that when everything costs fucking money because we're not living life. We are fucking slaves. This is why there's a lot of divorces. This is why people aren't happy. This is why people are miserable. This is why people have abandonment, rejection issues. People are narcissistic because the type of system we're living in, it fucks up the family households and it creates dysfunctional families because this society, this world we live in is extremely traumatizing. You know, this is a very evil world. We live in, it's a joke. The money system is a fucking joke. Then you got time speeding up. You got the days going by a lot faster. That's not going to correlate well with time speeding up with the system because it might collapse. But even then, there's a lot of chaos going on. So now since time is speeding up, the days are going by a lot faster. People have less time for themselves for personal development. But how does that correlate to romance? Because people are not, since this society, it forces people to close off their hearts. I understand it's all about balance and finding the right balance, but with time speeding up and overall the economy sucks, it says it's not looking good. And I'm not drawing fear or anything like that because there are people are experiencing being financially free, but that's very rare. And experiencing good romance, that's rare based on what their soul or God wanted them to experience. But as human beings, we don't have free will like that. So like, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. But since we don't have free will, God lets certain people to experience this shit. And even for you to get to that level, you got to go through so much dumb shit like healing your trauma that's out of your control just to reach that level of that high vibrational shit to where you can track whatever the fuck you want in this realm. But I feel like there's a lot of restrictions and world corruption, and there's a lot of bullshit that takes place in this world. So it's hard for people to even find time to even date around and to have romantic dates and to have fun, pretty much, because everyone's traumatized because of the system we're living in, and it forces people's hearts to be closed off. So now it's hard for people to find their divine counterparts and for them to develop romance and even friendships. It doesn't have to be romance, it can be friendships and stuff like that because we live in a very limited society and world. And there's a lot of pressure within males because it's programmed for males to provide for the women. You know what I'm saying? So since we live in a society that's very imbalanced, that's very evil, that's very restricted, yeah, then men, they're gonna have low self-esteem. They're gonna be conscious of themselves because they feel like they're not man enough, or they feel like they can't provide enough because they're not making ends meet, or they don't have enough finances or material resources to take care of themselves and to take care of their women, especially if they have families. You know how stressful that is? So the system, it puts males at such a disadvantage. And people want to say, oh, just get off your feelings, get your money up. Nah, it doesn't work like that. Like the system runs deep. Not everyone's built the same. And it's not because you're stronger or weaker. No, we're all unique. The system is very traumatizing. The main purpose of this system is to enslave you, pretty much. You know? So like, and the reason why people are even able to get by is because they manage to find their passions and to love what they do. And somehow it correlates well with the system they're living in. But that doesn't work for a lot of people. It doesn't, because we're all different. So since we're in this situation, yes, it is going to be hard for people to find true love and romance because we're all traumatized. We all have blocked off chakras, energetic levels, because we live in such a traumatizing system. So like it's hard to find true love like that and to build families and connections like that. It does happen, but it's very rare. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's harder for male and females to date around and to find love, because of the system. But for males, it's hard for them because they don't have as much resources or to provide. They got to work damn near their whole lives until they're like 50 or 60 or even 40, just so they could like have enough resources so they can provide for their women. So now they got the confidence to go out and date around, so they have not a lot of freedom, but a little bit of freedom, a little bit, if they get lucky, if they manage to work all these years and to drain themselves until they're 40 or 50. You know what I'm saying? This is why there's YouTube videos of guys saying reasons why you shouldn't date until you're like 40 or 50, because if you're dating around in your 20s or even in your 30s, if you're young, then it's not going to go well because you don't have enough resources or money. I'm not saying money and resources are the main factors of romance and connections, but what I am saying is that it is necessary to have that if you want to develop romance and connections like that. So you can provide for your women, so you could take care of them, so you could go out and have fun and shit like that. I'm not saying be a kiss ass or be a simp. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that as a guy, you need that solid foundation and resources before you date around and shit like that. This is how this weird ass timeline world human experience we're living. This is why there's so much divorces and shit like that. And I feel like same thing for women too. I feel like they need resources and stuff like that. But since we live in a very evil system, it takes so long to either get that, or it's so like it's unfair pretty much. So that creates a lot of insecurity and a lot of blockages for people to date around like that. But and it forces people to close off their hearts. We're not living life, we are surviving. This is an evil world. But that's all I gotta say. But at the same time, it is possible. You still can find true love and romance and shit like that. You just gotta do a lot of healing work. You gotta be on the right vibration, and you gotta do all this stupid shit just to get where you want to get at. But that's all I gotta say. It's a quick video, but this is my perspective on it. But have a good one. Peace.